Let's recap. I had a tenant for 12 years. The first 10 years, all was well, except for that short stint she spent in jail, but I understood. We're human. Ish happens. Then March of 2020 rolled in, and the world as we knew it shut down. Everyone was ordered to stay in the house. Walmart and Target could not sell you food. Court shut down. If business wasn't deemed essential, you weren't allowed to do it. If caught, you were fined. If fined, you had to pay. These were the rules for everyone, but my tenant took it another step further. She decided she wasn't going to pay rent either. For 18 months, she stood her ground. For 18 months, I tried to reason with her. Ish didn't work. I took her to court. I won. She was evicted. And instead of leaving like a respectable adult, she flooded my ish. I cried. I laughed. I cried some more. Insurance stepped in and said it was all covered. The water damage, the vents that the tenant poured beans and mayonnaise down, the stove that she smashed up. And now we are here. The road to rehabilitate a beautiful home that was in an abusive relationship. This is the road to renovation. We're gonna learn, we're gonna grow, and we may even mess some stuff up, but hey, at least we'll be messing things up together. Davis, I was calling to get an update on the project.
Okay, hold on 1 second for me, ma'am.
I received the mold estimate from Duraclean. I guess they had their environmental hygienist out there and they did their testing and then they put an estimate together. And I think I probably discussed this with you early on, but you have coverage for mold. It's handled separately. So you have like your dwelling, which is all the stuff that's damaged by water, okay, or fire or whatever it is. So you have $349,000 in coverage for that. When it comes to mold or rot, you have Maryland law. The limit is $15,000. So through USAA, that's the most that we're able to pay is $15,000 for mold remediation. Okay, that's not for the water mitigation, for all the demo and everything else they did out there. I'm going to pay them for that. I think that was like $8,000 or something they said. I'm going to pay them for that. And then the repairs to the house to put it back the way it was before, I'm just spitballing and saying it might be $60,000. I'm not sure until Taman can go in there and put an estimate together, okay? But for mold, you have $15,000, and Duraclean put an estimate together, and they sent it to me, and it seems a bit high to me. And right now it's at $37,000. Okay? You only have $15,000 in coverage. Right now, the way it's set up, if you went through Duraclean, I would pay $15,000, and you would be on the hook for another $22,000.
Okay.
You can't let it go on for a long period of time because the mold, if there is mold there, it will continue to get worse. Okay? So I don't want to worry you. There's nothing to worry about or anything right now. All right, I'm going to send you this now, and I'll follow up with you in a week, and we'll see where we're at that point.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. You have a good day.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Y'all, just when we be thinking we're out of the dark, we're quite not out of the dark. So y'all heard that. Mold, the insurance can only do up to $15,000. Anything else comes out of my pocket. And right now, the company, Duraclean, is estimating $38,000. That's what they're asking for to do the mold remediation. So we got to get some estimates, y'all. We got to get some estimates.
And to dry everything up. Did you have that process done?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then we move into the next phase, which is remediation and reconstruction. Remediation would be to just scrub and treat everything. If mold did end up growing on it, and basically just reevaluating what we need to do now. So it sounds like we're in that process. And it sounds like the company that did the mitigation maybe is just estimating too high of a reconstruction. So what we'll do is we'll come in, we'll take measurements, and we can just create a quote for the insurance company that suffices your needs and theirs. anything that was damaged in the flood should be covered by insurance and should be advocated for you. So if your vanity's messed up, your walls are messed up, all that stuff has to go because of the flood. They have to pay to put it back.
Yes.
What insurance company do you have? Just curious.
USAA.
Oh, they're super helpful usually. I'm surprised they're giving any pushback on estimates.
Well, I think what it is from what my adjuster was saying is that in Maryland, I think the cap was $15,000 for the mold portion.
I see.
So I think that's where we're running into the issue.
Okay, but if they drive it out properly, you shouldn't have any mold, especially because, well, I know that you have mold because the environmentalist said so, but usually when you go in to do the water mitigation, if you find mold, you gotta stop drying because you don't want to blow it around the house.
Well, I questioned that with the water mitigation team because, like, for instance, I knew in the beginning, like in the very beginning, that they should have removed all the flooring. They did not remove all the flooring from the top floor, nor did they remove the vanities and such from the ground zero is what I will call it, because I had a tenant who I evicted and she used all of the bathrooms to flood the house. And so they didn't remove
any of the... What happened?
That's what happened.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
With that, they removed all of the counters and everything from the kitchen, but they didn't remove the vanities and stuff from the bathrooms.
What the?
And like I said, everything originated from the bathrooms.
Well, so what I can do for you is, if you could meet me at 3 o'clock, meet up with me on Monday. We'll talk about everything. We can, even if you feel comfortable, call your insurance and I can speak with them and kind of see what direction they're going in, because that helps me. Basically, my job is to advocate for you to get everything paid with your insurance and to get your house, to get your property back to where it was. Mm-hmm. So, we love to work with USAA. We've done plenty of work for them in the past. So my job would be just anything that was damaged to get it out, replace, put back. You pay your deductible. That's it. Considering that they use air louvers and things like that with mold in the house, because that is a big no-no and it spreads the mold. So that's not good. What company did the drying? Just curious.
Duraclean.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. All right. Okay, well, how about...
What do you think? Do you think it's like one of those tactics to drive the cost up?
Yes.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah. I mean,
Woo, y'all. Yesterday was a day. Y'all got some of it. But basically, yes, it was Thursday. So the cleaners came yesterday. I gave the cleaning team my code to get into the house one time. And the reason why was because it was the day after the eviction, a Thursday. My mind had a lot on my mind. And we were back out in Maryland at the eviction site the next day on Thursday. And I totally forgot that the cleaning team was coming. And so when she called me, like, the cleaners are there, I was like, oh, snap. Totally forgot. My security system sucks. And what it is I have a lock on my door that you can put in the code. But also I should be able to lock and unlock my door remotely. The locking and unlocking of the door remotely function is not working. The security team knows that. They came out twice to fix it. And on the second time they said, oh, we got to order a new one because, yeah, they can't get it to connect. And they're the ones who knocked it offline, mind you. The security people, it's been a whole situation. So, obviously, they said they was ordering a new one. And obviously, they never called me to try to set up another appointment to come out and fix it. And I never called them because every time I called them, we're on the phone for hours. And who got time for that? So, I never got around to that. So, anyways, I say that to say that when the cleaning team was at my house, normally, I could just use my phone and unlock the door. But because that feature wasn't working, I had to give them, well, I didn't have to, but I chose to give them the code to get into the house so that they can go ahead and get in there and clean. And that's what happened, right? Now we are a few cleanings later, so yesterday, now my cleaning appointment time is between 2 and 3 p.m. That's when they show up. So yesterday was Thursday, it was a cleaning day, and my routine is I leave work like around 1 or 1:30, and I meet the team back at the house for the 2 o'clock. Yeah, we gotta get breakfast. So I meet them. Now, I'm at work. It's like 12, right? 12 p.m. And then I noticed in my emails, I kept getting these alerts from my house, like basically saying like front door open, camera activated, like just different stuff, right? Which isn't normal. So my system will tell me a few things. It will tell me things that are out of the norm, like habits out of the norm, like if things are triggered, if doors are open outside of the time that the system learns that I'm usually home, it'll give me an alert. And then this time it was like, yo, 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 yo. So I'm getting all these alerts back to back.
Welcome to Breaking Up and Albion.
Yes, may I have a ham, egg, and cheese croissant?
That's all?
And is your iced coffees, are they sweet?
Yes.
Yeah, may I have a small iced coffee?
Mocha vanilla.
Let's go with mocha.
So that's it, right?
That is all.
All right, take it on the plate.
Thank you. Does your girl got any money? You know, I kind of thought, I was like, is that the cleaning team? Even though it's like noon. So I go to my car and I noticed like my security system called me twice. They left a voicemail. So I listened to the voicemail and it was like, basically we have alarm signal from your house. Give us a call back if you have any questions. That was both messages. So I'm like, then I called the cleaning people. And she's like, oh yeah, they got there early at 12. And they used the code to get in. So that was the issue right there, because I did not give y'all permission to just use my code willy-nilly. I gave y'all that permission at one time. And it wasn't like a free-for-all, just use the code whenever. At this point, she says, oh, well, the alarm stopped going off, so they just went in and they was cleaning again. So I never turned the alarm off. So now they're in the house cleaning, and they start upstairs. And then I didn't even think about it. So at some point, the alarm was tripped again because they triggered the cameras, the motion cameras. And at this point, the security system called me and I was like, hello. But then they was like, hello, like they couldn't hear me. And then the phone disconnected. Then I used the phone thing to disable the alarm. But I guess by that point, they had already called the cops. And then they had already called the backup person on my alarm system, which, y'all, I didn't even know who the backup person. I didn't even know if I had set up a backup person. It had been so long ago, right? So she was irritated because I guess when she got the call, she didn't realize she thought it was her house. So I guess she didn't catch the address or the name of the company and left work, and they went home, and then they were super annoyed when they realized it was my house. But sorry, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I ain't know either. But if they would have realized it was my house, they wouldn't have left work, you know. She would have just tried to get in touch with me. So anyway, she asked me to remove her off the system. So okay, boom, we'll do that. And then, like I said, I'm sitting there like, just the fact that the cleaners have been like, if it had been a real for real robbery, the robbers would have been gone by now. Like, y'all turned the alarm off, then y'all turned the alarm back. It was just too much going on. And so I was on my way home anyway. And then when I got home, the insurance guy called me. And you guys may have caught some of that conversation. I'm not sure, because I don't know what I be putting in these videos. So he suggested that I call around different mold remediation places and get some estimates. So I said, yai, Captain, will do. So it's just all interesting, guys. And I feel like we have these conversations out loud because a lot of us don't know the intricate details of a thing, right? Like I told you guys before, like, oh, my insurance is taking care of everything. And so the assumption is, They take care of everything as long as everything comes in under $350,000. That's the assumption. We didn't know anything about, oh, wait a minute, here's a caveat. If it's mold, we can only do $15,000 in mold damage. Right? Then the other part about this is this. You guys may have caught in other videos, or you may not have caught in other videos, but it was certainly a concern there when I found that the company who was doing the water stuff, the water dry out services, when I said, they didn't take out all of the carpeting, all of the flooring from upstairs, from ground zero, where the majority of the water originated from. They didn't remove all the flooring. They didn't remove any of the drywall in ground zero, the bathrooms. They didn't remove any of the vanities in ground zero, the bathrooms. Yet they moved all the cabinets and stuff in the kitchens, and all of the ceilings, all of the drywall in the kitchen and dining room area in the basement. And they didn't take out the one cabinet in the basement. I thought that was strange. I called them. I asked about it. I told y'all I was a little like that about it. And then I was like, well, you know what? After talking to them, talking to the other people, talking to all the people, I felt that, hey, they know what they're doing. I'm in good hands, because I like to trust and believe that I am in good hands first and foremost, right? So after talking to him yesterday about $15,000 cap, and whatever the extra is, I would have to pay out my pocket. Now listen, on principle alone, I will find a whole new company, because you ain't getting my money. Just because I felt like you did something not quite right to begin with. So anyways, I called other companies. Now some companies said they charge $250 to come out and look. Nope. Because I said what I would like to do is send you guys the mold protocol that was done by an external company, and for you guys to give me an estimate based off of that, because that's what this company used. They used that protocol and then they drew up an estimate. That's what I want, right? And so they're like, it's gonna cost, yeah, no, never mind. And so I found two companies that said that they can check it out and they can take a look at it and they can give me an estimate. And so I sent them the mold protocol. So anyways, I'm meeting with her on Monday at 3 p.m. to come by the property. They have the protocol. Take a look, send my insurance and estimate. And then there's another company that's gonna do the same. So I just say that because, guys, it's just so interesting. You get an inclination or a feeling for a reason, but especially if it's an area that we are not versed in, we may not always know what to do with that feeling. And even talking about it on YouTube, there's a lot of noise. And when I say that is I get so many comments, guys, and a lot of the comments may not have anything to do with anything, but a lot of the comments, all comments aren't helpful. Yeah. And then I also say that it's easy for people to say after the fact, I would have did this, I would have did that, I would have, but that's not the case either, because even with people saying get a bunch of fans and dry it out, that ain't how you do it either, because again, that will be blowing the air around, blowing the mold around. You can do more harm than good doing it that way. And plus, I said before to somebody, had I gotten fans and shop vacs and all of this stuff when we first seen this, then the insurance would have had a proper assessment of damage when they would have came. If I would have started cleaning up the scene myself. No, the insurance needed to see what we were dealing with so that they could properly insure it and not look at it like they just needed to see it in its full glory, basically. So yeah, battery's dying. Bye.